and have us get stopped out because we wanted to come back up into that breaker. Right, so we got to wait for a reaction. We're right back at VWAP now. We're back at VWAP now. So this would be a good level for us to bounce. Let's see, the 5-minute closes here in like 35 seconds, so we can wait for that 5-minute to close. Make sure we respect this level. Maybe we get a bounce off VWAP. Maybe we can take it short. Let's see, 5 minutes about to close. Okay, we closed above VWAP, but we still closed inside of this fair value gap, inside of this balanced price range. So that's not too bad, but I still want to wait and see if we're going to come up back into this breaker. We might come retest this breaker first. So let's see what happens here. Gonna be patient, especially a day like today, guys. Price action can be all over the place, so there's no need to rush into any trades. No need to take pointless losses if we can just wait for a better setup. Okay, so we just touched off the breaker. Good reaction off of that so far. I like that reaction. I like that reaction there. So if we start to see a strong reaction, we start to see bearish momentum, I will look for a short setup. But if we continue bullish, I'm not going to get in the shorts. I'm going to wait. I will wait. But what I do like, guys, is look at all of this liquidity, sell side liquidity resting beneath all of this chop. A lot of sell side liquidity down here. A lot of sell side liquidity. But again, patience is key in a trade like this. We don't want to get in too early and price wants to come all the way back up to the top of this breaker and stop us out, right? Yeah, so our breaker on the 5-minute. We formed a high, a low, a higher high, and then swept that low. So then right here, I would use the Fibonacci from this high to low. And our first standard deviation is right about at these lows, right? So that would be a good profit level. All right, so we'll start to see, and I don't mind waiting for us to start heading down, right? Because even if we do get an entry down here more, we still have good risk management. So I don't mind it. I don't mind being patient. I would like to see us push and start to like displace these previous, like this previous low here, to try to make a close under VWAP. But again, when you see this kind of bearish candle, often that just is going to be an order block. It can often be a bullish order block. So that's why I want to wait here and see this be displaced to the downside. I'm not in yet. I'm thinking about getting in. I'm just being patient here. Yeah, I'm looking for shorts here. Alright, I just got one entry in the shorts. One entry in the shorts off the strong bearish candle. Okay, so my entry is 18,276.25. And I'm going to keep a stop above at about 50 ticks at 18,288.75. Okay, so I like the setup. I like that we're starting to get bearish momentum. But now we just need to see follow through. Okay, I just added one more position. One more position into my trade. Moving my entry down to 18,274.50. Because again, guys, there's still a possibility that price comes back up. So I don't want to go in too heavy. I'm going to move my stop down, keep it at 50 ticks, so it's going to be at 18,287. Again, there's still a possibility that price comes back up, right? So that's why I'm just playing this kind of light. But I do like the reaction we got off the breaker. This 5 minutes about to close here, so I want to see a continuous reaction to the downside. I like that we didn't have a very strong follow-through bullish candle, but now we got to see a big drop from here. We got to see a big drop from here. Okay, we got to see a big drop from here. Again, 50 ticks is my stop, so if you guys want to, if we end up dropping and you want to take a 1-to-1, you could take it at 50 ticks. I want to see this trade come all the way down to these lows and sweep liquidity. So I'm just going to let this one ride, see what happens. Like I said, there's a possibility that price continues to retrace up and that we get stopped out, and we could still see a reaction off of this breaker. Right, we could still see a reaction off of this breaker. So if price comes up and stops me out, that's okay, because I'm still going to be looking for shorts. Right, I'm not worried about getting stopped out here. Not worried about getting stopped out. Okay, we got to see this 5 minute react down. We don't want to see this 5 minute continue up. So the setup is here. We have our internal draw on liquidity at sell side, liquidity down here. We have our 5 minute breaker block, right? We have this fair value gap we formed here, but price is really trying to drive up and stop me out here. So, like I said, if I get stopped out, I'm not worried. I'm going to still look for another entry. And I got stopped out there. Got stopped out there. I'm still going to look for another entry. But now what I'm going to wait for is to see if price wants to drive a little bit higher into this breaker. Into this breaker, right? And I said right from the start, I'm not worried about getting stopped out of this trade because I know that there's a possibility that price might retrace a little bit higher, right? So look at that reaction there on that 1 minute candle. We did not displace these highs. We kind of just wicked above and swept. So maybe we form a 1 minute breaker here, a 1 minute bearish breaker. We'll see. We'll see if price wants to keep pushing up, or if we start to get that reaction to the downside right here. Okay, we're back into that unicorn setup, into that fair value gap above on the 5 minute. Okay, so we'll see here if we get that reaction. Okay, like I said, even though I lost that trade, I still love the setup. I still love the setup. Okay, it's a setup I'll take almost every single time. Almost every single time I will take that setup. And I always talk about it. If it doesn't work out and you stick to your plan, that's okay. You should not be upset. You should not be upset that you lost a trade if you stuck to your plan and if you had the right setup, because it's not always going to work out every time. All right, just like yesterday, I ended up losing 2 trades before we came back and caught like 200, some people caught like almost 400 ticks, right? Oh, I agree. These setups happen every single day. Every day. And sometimes they won't happen every day on NQ, but they'll happen on ES, or they'll happen on a different pair, right? Just depends. Okay, I like that price action there. I like that we're starting to drop. Okay, so an entry here would be an aggressive entry. What you could do is you could wait for confirmation, and I think that's what I'm going to do, is probably wait for confirmation for price to come displace this low here, forming a 1 minute breaker. And if that happens, that'll give me a lot of confirmation in the shorts. Until then, I'm kind of going to wait. Okay, I don't want to go in simply off of these candles wicking up above. Right, even though it is off of the level I want to see it bounce off of, I want to get confirmation that we're going to come down and displace these lows and close below VWAP before I get another entry in the shorts. Okay, so my next trade will be waiting for confirmation. This 5 minutes about to close. Let's see if it closes inside of this 5 minute fair value gap here. That would be good. That would be a good sign if we close in this 5 minute. Okay, we still respected this 5 minute. That's good. That's good. And we wicked up into this 5 minute above. So far I'm liking what I'm seeing in terms of the shorts coming in. Now we just got to see them actually come in. There we go. They're starting to come in. We got to see us close below VWAP. We got to see us close below VWAP, and I want to see us displace this low, turning this into a 1 minute breaker. That would give me that extra confirmation. Okay, but I don't want to just enter off of this momentum yet, because we have not closed below VWAP. And last time this happened, we got an entry and then we wanted to go up and grab liquidity. So we got to be careful. This is an area we got to be careful at. Okay, but in terms of the 5 minute time frame, I do think shorts have potential to come back in, but it just depends. Are we going to try to push up all the way to the top of this breaker? Or are we going to get a reaction off of this level? All right, another good candle here. Another good candle forming. Looks like price wants to go down. Now we just need to see it happen. Just need to see price go down from here. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, we still closed above VWAP, but look at us coming down. We might close, if we can close below and displace this low, we're going to be good. And then we would mark this down close candle as our breaker on the 1 minute. Right, we'd have an entry to right when we touch back into that 1 minute, keep our stop above, and then we take it short. Okay, so if we can displace this low right here, close a body below, and then price touches, the second price touches back into this 1 minute breaker is when I'll get into a short position. Right, unless it's an extremely like high volume, strong bullish candle. If it's a very strong bullish candle coming back in, I'll wait for us to get a bounce off this level. See, we're still struggling at this point. We keep closing above VWAP. Right when I think we're gonna finally make that push down, we're not doing it yet. So this is why we're being patient. That's why I didn't enter off of this strong bearish candle. That's why I wanted to wait for displacement. Okay, and that's why being patient is going to help. It's going to help you stay out of a lot of losing trades and catch a lot of winning trades. Okay, we're just kind of chopping here, right? And the closer and closer we get to FOMC, which is in like 3 hours, the more chop we're going to see. The more chop we're going to see. I still want to see some good price action for now. I think we'll still see some decent price action, but it might continue to chop. So that's just something we got to be aware of, and something we might have to adjust to. And if we do continue to chop, I probably won't take any more trades. Probably wouldn't take any more trades. Well, you see a lot of low volume leading up to FOMC, and when you have low volume, you're going to see more choppy price action, because without volume, you're not going to see a lot of expansion moves. You're going to see slow movement, often sideways movement, and people are just either staying out of the market on FOMC or they're waiting for FOMC until they actually put orders into the market, right? Yeah, oh, someone got you there. Thanks for helping out with that. So, yeah, right now, just going to be patient. Okay, I'm going to be patient. We keep bouncing off of this breaker, but without any true follow-through. Without any follow-through. Okay, our 5 minutes still closed inside. Still closed inside of this imbalance. But we had that long wick down, which I don't love. Yeah, we took one trade off of this. Once we bounced off of this breaker and we started to see that momentum come down, we took a short, and then price ended up coming up and stopping us out on that on our first trade. Right, but like I always say, if you're managing your risk correctly, you should be able to still take at least another trade after taking one loss, right? Especially if it's your first trade of the day. $25K account, Apex. What's the 30% in dollar amount to make? The 30% on Apex? Well, I'm a little confused by the question. Well, like I said, longs still could step in. Longs still have potential to step in. But I am looking at where is our liquidity resting. Our liquidity is down here. Okay, where we have a 1 hour imbalance down here. Okay. We came up and we swept Asia high. We formed a 5-minute breaker after sweeping Asia high. We came up into that breaker, forming a fair value gap. Price drove back down after that. And now we're coming back up and retesting after generating liquidity below. We're retesting that 5-minute breaker now. Okay, and then we have this chop, this move up. Ultimately I want to see price move back down, okay? But obviously there's still a possibility that price could continue up from here. But I wouldn't take longs until I wouldn't even think about longs until we came up and closed above the 5-minute breaker. Oh, I see what you're talking about. 30% profit. All right, slow, choppy movement now. So price is continuing to push up into this breaker. So I'm not really looking for anything right now, unless we actually see a reaction off this level. All right, looks like another chop, move up. So, I'm just going to keep waiting. We're grabbing this buy side liquidity above all this chop. So we're just going to continue to wait. Okay, I mean, if we look at a 15-minute, guys, I mean, this 15-minute, we also formed a breaker and respected that breaker. But look at this up close, down close, up close, right? It's just kind of up and down. But in terms of price action, this still is a 15-minute breaker. High, low, higher, high. In balance. Price comes up into that breaker, comes back down. I just see that all of our liquidity is resting below. We have a lot of sell side liquidity. Okay, so the balanced price range has been closed above. Balanced price range has been closed above, so now we're back up to that halfway point of our 5-minute breaker. Okay. So still want to see a reaction off this level, especially after chop, manipulate, maybe we see distribution. We've come back up to that 50% equilibrium of our breaker. Yep, that's a good point. We also have SMT, right? NQ came up, took out these highs. ES has not taken out those highs. ES is down here. So we see SMT divergence. Okay, so I'm still looking short, short, short. Okay, right, like I could even look for an entry here and still have my stop above the breaker, right? But I still want to kind of wait because price continues to try to push up. But again, overall, I would expect this trade to come all the way down to here. Okay, guys, I'm going to look. I just got a short entry. I like that candle. I like that candle there. I just got a half a lot short entry. 18,285 is my entry. 285. I'm going to keep a stop above 50 ticks. Stop above at 50 ticks, so my stop's going to be at 18,297.50. Okay, and again, this is more of an aggressive trade here, guys. This is more of an aggressive trade. Okay, I saw SMT divergence. I see a manipulation move up to the 50% of our 5-minute breaker. I see sell side liquidity. Okay, so I have my confirmations, but I didn't wait for us to displace. Normally I wait for displacement. So this for me is a more aggressive trade entry. For me, this is a more aggressive trade entry than I normally take, right? But we got to see that reaction now. And that's why I only went in half a lot here. That's why I did not go in full lot yet. Okay, and half a lot just means half a full position size. Okay, because I'm still testing this out. I still want to see price come down and displace. If we don't displace, well, then price is probably going to continue up and stop me out, okay? And if that's the case, well, I'll probably wait to take any trades until I see us actually start to bounce hard from that level and come down here, and then I'll wait for extra confirmation, right? But I liked that strong bearish candle we had. I like that it was off the 50% of this, right, our equilibrium of our breaker block. Okay, but for me, guys, if you've never traded with me before, or if you have traded with me, you know this is a more aggressive trade entry for me. This is a lot more aggressive trade entry than I normally take, right? So if you want to stay out of this trade, you can, right? Because I did not wait for us to displace these lows. That's just because this is the level I want to see us bounce from. If we can come down and start to displace, if we displace this low we form, and we can come down pretty hard, I'll look to add into a full position. Okay, but overall in this trade, I'm looking for about 156 ticks. Okay, just got to see that momentum start to pick up to the downside. Got to see that reaction off of this 5-minute breaker. Okay, but again, if you don't like this trade, you know, it's too aggressive for you, just stay out and you can wait for confirmation. Okay, but if you're a more aggressive trader and you like to get in at the top, well, then you can get an entry with me. And now we just got to see this follow through here. I got to see displacement of this low. Not like that. That's not what I want to see. It looks like we're just going to keep chopping here. Or price is just going to drive up like that. That is insane. I got very close to my stop there. Very close to my stop on that. Within a few ticks of my stop and then came back down. Okay, I hope that's our liquidity grab, last liquidity grab before we start to actually head down. I'm going to add into a full position after that. After that candle, I'm adding into a full. So 84.50 is my full, is my entry now. I'm going to keep 50 ticks to stop. 18.297. I like that we came up, wicked above, grabbing liquidity. This tells me we're going to continue down. If we don't continue down after this candle, well, I don't know what to say after that. That is a strong bearish signal here. Liquidity grab, strong drop. Okay, so I might look, there we go, we're starting to move down. I'll probably look for first TP at about 75 ticks down at this low. Oh, that's not 75. Never mind, that's only 47. Okay, we're going to keep, there we go. I want to see us displace these lows. If you want to like take your first TP at 50 ticks, that would be right around these, breaking these lows. I'll probably take my first TP around 50 ticks. I want to see us close below VWAP though. We got to see a close below VWAP. I don't like that candle. I want to see us continue down, continue down, continue down, continue down. Okay, guys, ultimately I want to see this trade come all the way down to these lows, but I don't like that we tried to close above, or we closed above VWAP. I want to see that reaction down. I want to see that reaction down. I'm probably going to take my first TP at 50 ticks because we have this bullish imbalance right here. Wow, that is crazy price action. This 5-minute candle is insane. Okay, if we can come back down, I'll take my first TP at about 50 ticks. 18.272, I think I'm going to put a limit order there for half my position. Just to secure profit there. And then I would look to take my full TP down all the way at 18.24575. Again, we're in profit right now, so if you want to take, if you just want to get out of this trade, you can. If you don't trust it, you can get out. If you don't trust this trade, you can get out. But I like the setup. So my first TP is 18.272. I like that we just closed below VWAP. Now I just want to see us displace these lows and continue to drop here. Continue to drop here. I am in a full. Yeah, I said I added into a full as we started to drop. Come down. I want to see us come down and just take out my first TP. Come down and take out my first TP. Again, if another thing you could do if you don't like the trade, you could just move your stop to break even. Even if you haven't taken profit, and you could just have this risk-free break-even trade no matter what. So you've got a few different options. You could get out completely, or you could hold it like me. That's up to you. Okay, I want this to be an order block formed here. I want this to be an order block, and I want us to just push through this low. I want us to really push through this low here. I want us to really push through this low. Again, so far we've hit about 40 Oh, 40 ticks so far. 40 ticks so far. So we're sitting around 40 ticks right now. There we go. Let's see us drop. Let's see us drop. I want to see us come take out my first TP at 50 ticks. We're getting very close here. Getting very close. Oh, man. Oh, man. Yeah, if you wanted to take profit, you can. You don't have to keep a limit order like me. That's a crazy wick there. Very close to my stop. I want to see us come down and displace. Notice how we didn't displace these lows. That's not what you want to see here. You want to see price come down and close below these lows, not wick below. So again, you could take profit or just move your stop to break even. Make it a risk-free trade. I'm still holding this, but I really wanted to see this candle follow through and come through my stop, which it did not. It did not. 5 minutes still closed above VWAP, but strong down close 5 minute candle. We generated more liquidity resting below. Look how this 5 minute came down. Look how this 5 minute came down and created an equal low, generating more liquidity, more sell side liquidity, right? So, I mean, we could still retrace up and still see us drop back down. A little volume gap right there. Man. Don't fake me out like that. Don't fake me out like that. Come back down. Come back down. Okay, so we just touched that breaker again. Now let's see if we can get a strong reaction back down and finally see that momentum really push through our first TP. I'd love to see that here. Come on now. All of my confirmations are here. All of my confirmations for this setup are here. I just need to see that follow through. Come down, take out my first TP. I'll move my stop to break even, and then we can just let it ride. Come down, take out my stop, or not my stop. Don't say that. Come down, take out my first TP. Come down, take out my first TP. Come on. You know you want to do it. You know you want to take it out. It's just being shy, guys. It's just being shy. It's just being shy. Come on. That was within one tick. That just got within one tick of my first TP. If it comes back down, I might just sell it at that level. That is insanity. That's insanity. Come on now. Close. Go, go. I just want to see it run through. I just want to see it run through. Come on. Come on now. Boom. Alright. First TP is finally taken. First TP is finally taken. Stop is now at break even, which is at 2,425. Okay, so now I'm just going to let this ride. Now I'm just going to let this ride. Okay, look how we pretty much almost displaced this low. Now this could be a liquidity grab, guys, and that's why I put my stop at this level, because look at, we have this 5 minute imbalance right here. We have this 5 minute bullish imbalance that we need to push through. Okay, so that's why I took my first TP at this level, and that's why I moved my stop to break even, because we need to see us push through this 5 minute bullish imbalance. Is if we don't, we're going to come back up and stop me out at break even. Okay, but now I've secured my profit. So my full TP is going to be down all the way at these lows. Again, we could look for another TP level to take out, you know, a few other contracts. There's that drop we want to see. We still have a minute left on our 5 minute. But again, this trade looks very good. Trade looks very good. I might look to take another profit, take off, you know, start to scale out a few more of my contracts if we drop again. Probably down to like 90 ticks. I'll probably take more partials. But for now, my stop's at break even. And we've hit 69 ticks so far. All right, I'm looking for a full TP down at like 154 ticks. Okay, we formed a 1 minute bearish fair value gap, which is a good sign. All right, we could touch up into that 1 minute and then drop again. But what I want to see is this 5 minute close underneath this bullish imbalance, which right now it's not doing that. It's closing. Yeah, that's not what I wanted to see. I wanted to see this 5 minute imbalance really disrespected, but our 5 minute closed inside. So if you want to completely get out, you could, just because of us closing in that 5 minute bullish fair value gap. But again, we formed this bearish imbalance right here, this bearish fair value gap on the 1 minute, so that we could see a reaction off that level. That's what I'd want to see. But if you want to be very careful about this trade, and you saw that 5 minute bullish imbalance be respected, you could start to scale out more of your position or just get out completely. Okay, I'm still waiting to see if if the price continues to react off this 1 minute right here. Oops. Okay, so it's looking like we're trying to push up. Looking like we're trying to push up off that 5 minute imbalance. So yeah, this trade is up to you about what you do for the rest of this trade, right? You could continue to hold with your stop at break even. You could get out completely. You could sell more partials. Right, because we still have levels that we could bounce down from. But again, after seeing that close, after seeing this 5 minute bullish imbalance respected, I don't love that. I don't love that, but I still think our liquidity is on the downside. We still have our sell side liquidity here. Okay, but again, with FOMC coming up, getting closer and closer, price will have a mind of its own sometimes and just do its own thing, right? Because sometimes maybe it's just setting us up. It might just be setting us up for liquidity to be taken out during FOMC, right? That could be the case. Sometimes that's the case. So for now, I'm letting this one ride with my stop at break even. And I'm going to see what happens. This 1 minute didn't get respected. Wasn't a super strong level anyways. Oops. Okay, bounce off VWAP there. I'm still letting this ride. Again, if we come down and take out this low again, I'll probably sell a few more, or sell a little bit more of my position, because we're still sitting at 50 ticks right now, guys. So again, if you want to get completely out, it's still a very good trade. So if we come down and break this low again, I'll probably sell more partials, and then just continue to hold the rest of my position down to here. But either way, profitable trade here, guys. Profitable trade. Hopefully making our losses back. Hopefully making our losses back from that first trade. Okay, so if we break this low one more time, if we come down and break this low, I'm going to sell a little bit more. There we go. We're starting to move. See if we can get that follow through here. See if we can get that momentum here. Boom. I'm going to sell. I just sold a little bit more there. I just sold a little bit more, just securing profit on that. And I'm going to let the rest of my trade ride with my stop at break even. Okay, so now I'm just going to let it ride. I just sold a little bit more at this low. Okay, so far I've taken profit at 50 ticks and at about 66 ticks. Okay. So I'm just trying to manage this trade the best way I can. Just trying to manage it the best way I can here. I like this 5 minute. I just want to see this 5 minute. It's about to close. I want to see it start to move down more. I like that it's not strong to the upside. I like that we're trying to close down. Okay, now I like that a lot right there. That's a good sign there, guys. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. ES is around VWAP though, so we got to be careful of a bounce here. Again, if you want to move your stop into profit, you could. I might move mine into profit just above VWAP, above these highs, I think is where I'm going to move it. I'm going to move it to like 18,280 for now. If you want to take more profit here, you can. This trade has now hit 90 ticks, about 86 ticks. Okay, we're still dropping, so that's why I'm letting this one ride with my stop above these highs. My full TP is at 18,245.75, and it's down below this low, all the way down here. You could also take it at this low here. You could take it in this chop, right? It's just up to you guys. It's completely up to you and your risk tolerance, and if you really like this trade or not. You could get out completely right here at like 80 ticks and still have a very nice trade. Okay, I just like sticking to my plan, knowing that the sell side liquidity is down here. But again, we see ES at VWAP with a bounce off VWAP, so I want to see ES come down and close below to give me confirmation that NQ is going to try to keep pushing down. All right, and look at this 5 minute. This 5 minute is now being disrespected. It's now being disrespected. So, man, if this 5 minute truly closes below, I think we'll come all the way down. Man, my full lot today was a little heavier than I normally take. And I didn't even mean to be in how many contracts I got in. So I was gonna take 4 minis full lot, which is heavier than I normally take, but I love the setup so much that I got in, and then I accidentally clicked it an extra time, so I was in 6 minis and I didn't even realize it, and then I was like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna scale out more. So I ended up being a lot heavier than I normally do. Look at that drop, guys. We're still going. We're still going. Again, if you want to take full profit here, you can. We've now hit just about 100 ticks, about 97 ticks on this one. I want to keep holding until we come down and take out my full TP here. Another A+ setup for us, guys. I mean, we keep killing it. This is 3 days in a row. I mean, yesterday some people caught almost 400 ticks. Some people caught 230, 250 ticks. Today, so far, we are at about 100 ticks. Boom, 120 ticks now. So again, you want to take full profit, you can. I'm waiting for us to come down and take out that low. I'm going to move my stop a little bit farther down. I'm going to move my stop down to like 18,275. 18,275. I mean, another amazing trade for us today, guys. Another amazing trade. I mean, I think in the past 3 weeks, past month, we've only had like maybe 2 or 3 losing days. I don't even know. Again, since we're stalling a little bit at this level, you could always take your profit here. We are well above 100 ticks. Right now we're sitting at like 108. I want to keep holding this. I want to see this go all the way down and take out these lows. Because again, look at this 5 minute. We have nothing stopping us except for, you know, I mean, this level. right? If you were a supply and demand trader, this could be a bounce, right? We could bounce from this level here, and maybe we're setting up liquidity for FOMC, but I really want to see us come down. Really want to see us come down. Okay, but my stop is now above this high here, above this order block at 18,275. So we're seeing a strong bounce from this level. Again, we created another fair value gap here. We have an order block up here. That's why I put my stop above this order block, just in case we come up. We have this order block. You know, we could bounce from that level. That's why I'm still holding this, because I still think there's potential to come all the way back down. But again, don't be too greedy. All right, take profit when it's offered. But this is trying to push up. No, I need to see a strong reaction off of this order block here, or else I'm going to get stopped out. But again, still stopped out in profit. Still made back all my losses and then made some profit. So uh-oh, it's coming for my stop. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. No. Don't do it. Don't do it. Bounce back down, bounce back down. Looks like we're gonna get stopped out here. Yes, order blocks are pretty much the same thing as supply and demand levels. So that's why I respect supply and demand as a strategy, because it's accurate with its order blocks, right? But I think ICT offers us a lot of more entries. Okay, I just got stopped out there. But still, fantastic trade, guys. At the bottom, we got 120 ticks. That's 3 days in a row. I think on the week we're probably close up like 600 ticks or so. So fantastic trade there, guys. I mean, we keep killing it. We keep killing it. Even on FOMC. Who got in that trade? Who caught that with me? Who caught that trade with me? I mean, guys, let's just keep killing it every day. Every day we hop on here and we catch solid trade setups. I mean, come on now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play the video and we're going to do a little replay. And I'm looking at this 5 minute. Yeah, strong bounce down from this level. And you know what we're doing right now? I really think that we're just setting up all this liquidity for FOMC. I think that there's a possibility FOMC comes down and just grabs all of this liquidity. All right, so I think that's potential. I think that might be what the market is doing right now. Just setting up for that. Okay, but let's look at